alien superstar. Whip, whip, I'm too sexy for this girl, too sexy for this world. That's what it's giving to me. Hi you guys, it is your favorite pretty girl peeps, and I am quickly going to show you guys the makeup look that I think I'm going to do for the Beyonce concert. So of course, if you want to see more, just continue to watch, and I'm just going to go ahead and get started because I feel like this routine is going to take a little minute. So I want to make sure that I give you guys all the details. I go through the makeup look pretty consistently. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get started. So with any skin, any type of makeup, you're going to get started with your moisturizer. So we're going to be using the Clinique Moisture Surge. And let me clean my lens one more time. Okay, so we got a lot going on up here, so we're just going to get started. So again, I use the Clinique Moisture Surge, and for whatever reason, everyone I'm finding is empty right now, which is crazy because I just bought a new one. Okay, so I think this might be the new one. So yeah, I'm going to the Beyonce concert, so this is what I think I'm going to do to my makeup. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and put on... I'm just going to go ahead and put on... I'm just going to go ahead and put on my moisturizer. Everywhere, trying to avoid the eyes, if I'm being honest. Because I'm going to put like eye cream under the eye area. And I'm actually going to lower this thing real quick, so you guys can actually like see me. Okay, so I wanted to get it to where, one second. I wanted to get it to where you guys would be able to actually like see my face a little bit better. So we're just going to continue on. So the next step is going to be my eye cream, and I'm also going to use Clinique. These are investments, but I feel like they make your makeup look so much nicer. So what I'm going to do next is go in with the Clinique All About the Eyes cream. I'm just going to put a generous yet tiny amount under my eyes. Right here. So we pretty much just want to put some hydration in that eye area. And right now I'm just gonna rub it in. Gonna rub it in. And I'm gonna give this a couple of seconds to dry. I'm gonna run and grab my mirror because I'll be honest, I can't see things the way I'm supposed to be seeing them right this second. So I'm gonna let this, like I said, dry down, run and grab my mirror, and I will be right back. Okay, so something else that I realized is that I need to cover this face, this hair. So next up, we're gonna go in with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And I am going to put a lot of this on today because I want this makeup to last literally all day. And we're going to especially put more in the areas where I get more oily throughout the day. So we're going to dab it on that forehead, like dab it. And that nose area, gotta make sure it gets that real good. We pretty much want this skin to be like tacky. So I'm gonna let this dry down naturally and start working on my eyebrows. And then right before I put on the foundation, I'll go over with the fan. So I'm gonna use the e.l.f. brow lift on my eyes. And I'm going to use this to pretty much stick them into place. Just gonna dip a little bit in here. And I feel like it goes on very thick, so you can like dab the excess off. So I just pretty much brush the brows into place and lift them up like so. To kind of give the appearance of bigger, neater, nicer brows than what I actually have. So I'm kind of now I'm gonna take the fan so I can dry down the face and dry down the brows. And this fan feels so good. I'm taking this to the Beyonce concert, y'all. Fan, across my wall. She looks a mess. Fan me off, I'm hot, hot, hot. Yes, we taking all the electronics. Okay, we getting all the stuff together. Okay, this is in my Amazon store. I will tag it. And everything will be tagged in my Like to Know It story so you guys can support your girl. Okay? Find me off, hot, hot, hot. And because I'm probably going to get dressed in the car for the concert, I'm probably going to do my get ready with me early and kind of show everybody a sneak peek of what the outfit's going to look like. So that's a little bit drier, still not the driest, but we're getting there in terms of dryness. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and fill in these eyebrows real quick. I'm just going to do a quick fill in of these eyebrows. That's what we're going to do. So for brows, I'm going to have to look down here. And just to kind of dry it out a little bit, I'm going to run this through it. And you see how it's just kind of sticking them into place. And I'm not the best with brows, so bear with me. I actually had them tinted, but I found that the tint was starting to come off. And tint, for some reason, makes my brows a little dry. I don't know if anybody else runs into that issue. It makes my brows dry. And I'm just doing a light fill. Ooh, it's almost about that time to get a new pencil. I hate when that happens. It always happens like when I'm really not on the market for new makeup. And this gel kind of makes it a little drying. So what I'm going to do is just lightly dab my brush into it. But it's just dry and I'm running out of pencil. I really want a MAC spiked pencil, but I haven't been able to find them like anywhere. So if you know where I can get the MAC spiked pencil, holler at your girl. But yeah, this pencil's about to be over with. I'm probably gonna have to just buy another one before the concert, because this one is about to be, as Mariah Carey would say, it's about to be, it's a wrap for you, baby. That's what this one's about to be. But yeah, if I could get my hands, I feel like that MAC spike just give you that look you need a lot of times. And then up front, I'm really just more so brushing it into those hairs, making it a lot more natural. And then gonna try to do the same thing over here. This side is a lot more glistening, oily, if you will. But I know that's that gel that's like keeping them in place. And I suck with brows. If you know me, you know that. And then I have those brows that are not twins. They're more so like, you know. So I'm just going to brush them out. And I'm going to go ahead and get started on the rest of my face. I just wanted to do my brows while everything was like prepping. So now my skin is darn near like dry, but I'm going to run my fan over it one more time. You really want this to be like tacky. You want to have like glass skin in a sense. So for foundation today, the foundation that I'm going to be using is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I'm not sure why. But yeah, so this is the NARS Radiant in Macau. So I'm going to do 2 full pumps of this. Like 2.5 maybe. That's what I'm going to do with that. And then I'm going to apply it with my Real Techniques foundation brush. And then I'm going to use my beauty blender to blend it out. So just tapping a little bit of this into the skin. And we don't want to look cakey, so I'm not doing a lot of this, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and lift that scarf up just a little bit so I can still get it by the perimeter of that skin, like so. And again, I'm more so just doing this to make sure I have enough on. And I think I'm going to do like 1 more pump so I can make sure I get a little bit more on that forehead, and so I can make sure that I get a little bit on this chin area right here. You want to blend that chin too. And you want to go close to those ears. Get those ears. And again, like I said, I want to get a little closer to the forehead area. The reason why I have the scarf so low down is because I don't want it to mess up that little bit of edges I have. And right now, like I said, I'm more so just making sure I have the coverage that I want before I go in. And I'm kind of getting those ears too, as you'll see. And so I think right now I'm at a good coverage level. So what I'm going to do is go in and further blend everything out with a super duper damp beauty blender. So I'm just going to blend this into the skin, like literally patting this into the skin. And I'm not putting too much near that eye area because I more so want that to be where the concealer is focused. And making sure to really blend this in as good as I possibly can, making sure to blend that neck area down. We want like a seamless look for Beyonce. And again, you see I'm not really going too far up into that eye area. And you want it, I want it to look natural, but also still look like I have on makeup, if that makes sense. So I feel like this gives like a really nice, natural, radiant like coverage. So I really personally like that. And so then I'm going to spray this down with a layer of this Milk Hydro Grip to kind of set that. And I'm going to just go back in and further blend the foundation out now that I have that on my skin. Like so. And I feel like this foundation looks really good to me. So then what I'm going to do is go in with my concealer. And for concealer today, I am going to use the Cookie Concealer. But I think I want to mix it with a little bit of my Honey Concealer. So I actually have to find that. And that's something I want to work on, is organizing all this stuff a lot better than how I currently have it organized. So I'm going to mix a little bit of this Cookie with the color Honey to kind of create the color I want. So I'm only going to do like a dab literally of the Honey to just kind of give it some color. Just a dab literally of that honey color. And then I'm mostly going to go in with Cookie. So I'm going to do like maybe 2 dabs of the Cookie. And this is going to help it kind of look a little bit more natural. And so this is what it looks like. I'm going to mix the 2 of them together to kind of give me the concealer coverage that I want. And what we're going to do is we are going to use one of my Morphe brushes. This is the Morphe M174. I'm going to use this to blend the 2 colors together. So I'm just blending those 2 together. And then I'm just going to kind of apply the color. Kind of apply under that eye area. A little bit right there. And then I'm going to do the other eye. A little bit right there. And do a little bit right there. Then I'm going to do a little bit on the chin area. And then I'm going to do a little bit on this forehead area. Like so. And then just a little bit down the nose. Then I really want to get to the side of the nose. And so I feel like this is not enough concealer, to be honest. So I'm going to go back in with another layer of this Cookie color. And then just, again, do a little dab of the Honey. And I'm just going to do a little bit more coverage because this is, like I said, Beyonce. So we want to do just a little bit more. We're going to try to brighten this eye on up. without doing too much. And we're going to let it dry down. So I'm going to mix these colors together again. And I just want to do like, just like I said, just a little, I feel like I need a little bit more coverage than what it's currently trying to give me. So I'm just more so focusing that additional layer of coverage under the eye. And I'm not going right up on the eye, as you can see. And then just a little bit on the forehead. But most of that coverage I'm focusing near the side of the nose and on those ends, like so. And then I think I want to get just a little bit, like right around that nose area. And like I said, just kind of really going right next to the nose to create like a more natural contour. So then what I'm going to do is fan this down, because you want to let your concealer dry like 2 minutes maybe. So you want to be fanning it down. Fan me off my looks so mess. So you see though, I got like a really natural coverage going on. So we want to keep that going. We want to keep the good vibes going. So I'm going for like a natural, yet I want to be like beat look, if that makes sense. Like that's the look. If we had to pick a look, that's the look I'm going for. And I'm just letting all this get real dry. And then when it's like almost dry, I'm going to spray it with this so that when I blend it out, it looks really good. Well, actually, I'm going to spray my like brush that I'm going to set this with that. But yeah, you just kind of want to let it just do its thing. Let it kind of get real tacky on that skin. You can pump up the volume if you want to. Because you really don't want this to move. You know what I mean? You don't want it to move. And so I'm going to show you guys what I mean. So this is the Real Techniques setting brush. And this is RT402. I'm just going to take that Milk setting spray, lightly mist it. Just lightly mist it. And what we're going to do is I'm going to let it dry down for maybe like 30 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what I've learned is, you know, you do those other areas first and you make sure you got it real dry. And then when you blend it out, you're going to have that maximum level of coverage without having to do way too much, if that makes sense. So this is why I always practice my makeup looks, because one, I want to make sure this is going to actually last me all day, like I'm going to need it to. And then two, you know, I just, you know, want to practice it. I want to make sure this is darn near perfection. Because I think on Wednesday, I'm only going to have, I think in real life, I'm only going to have like maybe an hour and a half to shower, get dressed. At least my hair is done. But, you know, not going to have the maximumist amounts of time. So once you feel it's dry, you'll know when you feel it's dry. So I feel like it needs just a little bit more love, just a few more minutes of love. So while it's still continuing to dry, I'm going to go ahead and get those outer perimeter areas. And I actually might still just run my fan from down here. And I'm going to start blending down here. And it's more like a tap, 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 tap. Tapping that into the skin. Tap, 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 tap. Tapping it into the skin. Again, you tap, 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 tapping it into the skin. Then we're going to tap, 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 tap. And you want to more so start at those outer edges and kind of blend it, because you don't really want it to move, but you want it to move, if that makes sense. Getting that bridge of the nose, and we're tap, tap, tapping this in, really giving like flawless setting right now. That's what we want to give. And so then we're going to go into the eye concealer. And again, we're going to tap, 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 tap. You want to look up, you want to look up, you want to tap, 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 tap. And most people, your eyes might water a little bit, and that's okay. Like my eyes are about to water out. I already know it. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing over here. Again, you want to start tapping the outer areas. You want to tap up, you want to look up, up as you tap. We'll make sure there are no seam creases. And I could have probably went a little brighter on the under eye if I wanted to. Matter of fact, I may go in with that latte and make like a little bit of a, make a little bit more of a bright under eye. So this is what this looks like, just like this. So what I'm gonna do is go in very lightly with that damp beauty blender and just more so tapping around the edges. I'm not gonna mess with that coverage. I'm more so blending out the edges of everything. Just making sure those edges are blended nicely in. So that's kind of what I'm doing right there. And again, I'm creating like a natural contour by the nose. Just a natural contour by the nose. So what I want to do is I just want a little bit more brightness. So I am going to find, I have another color. I have Latte. So I'm going to take Latte and put this in my like inner tear duct right there. Just very lightly putting the Latte right in the inner tear duct area. And this is just to make this just a little bit more brighter. So I'm going to, again, dry this part down. So this is just going to help brighten up those eyes. That's all this is, the purpose of this, the intent of this is to brighten up these eyes. That's all. In this part, I'm not gonna, you don't have to necessarily let dry as much. Of course, it makes sense to let it dry just as much if you can. And just that quick, I feel like I have lost my little brush. There it is. So for this part, I feel like to really get this up in the eyes the way you need to, I'm gonna have to go back in with that Morphe brush, if I can find it. So yeah, for this, I'm gonna have to go back in with the little Morphe brush to really blend this into the eyes. So this is the Morphe brush that I used initially. I'm just gonna wipe off any excess. And I'm just lightly gonna start blending that up and into the eye area. And this is just gonna make that just slightly brighter. And I'm using a tiny brush right here because I more so wanted to get in that inner part of my eye. And this is more so just like staying in that one little area to make that eye really bright. And then I'm just kind of gonna soften it up a little bit and blend it into that eye area. So then what I need to do next is set this. So we're gonna go in with the Huda Beauty, this is the baked powder in the color Banana Bread. We're gonna quickly go ahead and set this. We're not even gonna give it no chance to crease, give it no chance to do none of that. We're gonna go ahead and set this like immediately. So I'm just gonna kind of shake it around, 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 shake it around. And I'm gonna just take as much of this powder out as I can. So this is how much goes on it. We're gonna tap, 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 tap that excess off and kind of make it a little bit nicer to put on. And as you can see, I'm just pressing it directly into the skin. And then I'm gonna press it directly into those mouth lines. So you don't wanna smile. You kind of just wanna have like resting B-word face on that part. And so then I'm going to tap, tap, tap any excess off. And then I'm going to do the forehead area, pressing that into the forehead area to make that really like set into place. I'm going to do a tiny, tiny bit on the bridge of the nose. So. Then we're going to tap again, tap, tap, tap off any excess. And we're literally going to set right near the bridge of that nose. We're going to set, tap, 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 set that entire area. Then I'm going to go back in and do the same exact thing on the other side. And I'm just pretty much, like I said, just setting this area into place. And I switched from Laura Mercier because I just felt like it just wasn't doing what I needed it personally to do. And I'm just going to do the same thing over here. Tap, 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 tap. And just set that whole area. And then what I like to do, but you don't want to get too crazy with it, and I don't tap this off, is I just like to kind of carve that little area right there out. So when I contour, that area is already like cut out and is ready to do its thing. So that's that part. Now, sometimes I do set the under eye with the Charlotte Tilbury, but I kind of want to see what it'll look like if I don't. I don't know. I might still use it. I don't know. Sometimes that does good on my face. Then sometimes, other times I feel like it be having my face looking cray cray. So we'll see how I'm feeling. So then I'm gonna take my and it's still kind of damp because I washed my brushes today. So I might let this sit for just a second to really like bake into that skin. But you don't want to get like cake face either. So you gotta make your decisions pretty quick what you're gonna do. So again, this is still kind of damp. So I'm wondering if it's even gonna dust that powder away or if I should find one of my other brushes. So I'm gonna take my fluffy, actually, you know what? I know exactly which brush I want to use. So I'm going to use my other Real Techniques brush because this is just light, a little bit less damaged right now. And I'm gonna take this and start dusting that powder away in like circular motions, dusting that powder away. You see I got that real smooth finish right there. And that's just dusting it away. So the next step of what I'm going to do is just quickly contour my face. And if you know me, you know I pretty much use the same contour every single time. So this is going to be the Juvia's Place Bronzed and Tan. And like I said, I'm going to see how this looks if I don't put the Charlotte Tilbury on and take the Charlotte Tilbury to kind of like keep the makeup matte the rest of the day and kind of see how that goes. So I'm going to use the darker color in here. Tap off any excess. And I'm just going to literally tap this into the skin. Give myself a nice bronze look. So literally tapping that into all those areas I want to bring a little bit of contour to. And this is just really going to snatch and warm that face up. And then I'm going to definitely make sure I get this forehead area, even by those braids. You really want to like warm the entire face up. Like so. And I probably should have used cream contour with this, and maybe on Wednesday I will. But I honestly just forgot, to be honest with y'all. I forgot. But I think next time I'll do it while it's baking. And so yeah, just a nice bronzy look. So then what I want to do next is I am going to, what do I want to do next? I'm going to spray the face down. Well, actually what I want to do is I'm going to put on some blush. We're going to put on a light layer of blush. So I think for this concert, I want to go with my new blush I actually have. This is the Juvia's Place Blush Ruby in Volume 4. And so I got this light pink and I got a dark pink, and they're like electric pink. So I think I want to see how this lighter pink looks first. I'm just gonna kind of go over the apples, and we want this to stand out. So we're gonna go first with the lighter pink. So that gives it a nice look, but I think we're gonna wind up mixing that bolder pink in. And this blush is super pigmented, but as you can see, that's what just the regular pink looks like by itself. I think I'm gonna take it up a notch and take this deeper pink, tap off any excess, and we're just gonna lightly go over. And you see now that's pigmented. Just lightly going over that. I'm kind of bringing it down a little bit, because I think I went just a hair too high. So on the side that does not have anything on it, I'm just blending it in because I don't want to be too crazy looking. I do want to be like, you know, of course, alien superstar. Whip, whip. So I might have went just a little bit too high. So an easy fix for that is just to, you know, lightly go over it with that banana powder, the little bit that I have left, and just take that down a notch like that. So again, I'm going for alien superstar. So I kind of want this to be very vibrant. So I am going to go in with my Morphe. First, we're going to go in with this Morphe Contiguous Setting Spray. And we're going to cover the braids so we can really go in. We're going to cover the braids and we're going to close the eyes. Whew. So we like drenched our face in that. So I'm just going to literally press this in to like combine all those powders, combine the blush, pretty much just combine everything, get the face nice and wet. And so before I go in with anything else, I want to kind of quickly, just a light touch of this. Just gonna do a light touch. But yeah, I think the pink blush is going to take the look up a notch because the look is kind of boring. So we want to take it up just a notch. So I don't want it too dry. So next we're going to go in with, so this is going to seem crazy, but I really need this look to last. So we're going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Finish. And I'm going to cover my eyes again. So I did not put as much of that on, but hopefully it's still gonna do the job. So then the part that I'm lightweight scared of, I'm trying a new setting spray. This is the On Till Dawn One Size Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. Now this boy is flammable. So that should tell you everything you need to know. This bad boy is flammable. So I'm a little nervous. You definitely don't want to get this in your eyes. It says danger, extremely flammable, contents under pressure, avoid spraying near eyes, protect from sunlight, do not pierce or burn, keep away from heat, sparks, open flames, no smoking. And it just says makeup insurance for 16 hours, waterproof, sweat proof, transfer proof, and smudge proof, oil and shine control, infused with vegan. It has green tea extract to control sign, witch hazel to absorb oil. And you shake well before each use and keep eyes closed during application. Hold 10 to 12 inches away from face and spray in circular motion for even distribution on skin. So a lot of people say this is like hairspray, so this is what this looks like. I am going to listen to what they said, and I am going to close my eye. I'm going to shake it well first, and I'm going to close my eyes, but also cover my eyes. And I'm going to go now. So wow, this combination actually is giving. So I'm gonna go one more time though. Whew. So then what I'm gonna do to lock this all in, and that has a strong smell, so be careful. Whew. So to lock this all in, I'm going to just fan this down. And baby, this is setting. This face is sitting, okay? Face is sitting. This face ain't gonna move. It ain't gonna go nowhere. It ain't gonna do nothing. It's just about to stay. Where's that? Woo. Definitely think I got some in my nose. Okay, so I think using those 3 setting sprays together definitely worked. Okay, so this is the final look. Hopefully you guys like it. See where I'm going. I'm going for a mix of I'm That Girl and Alien Superstar. So hopefully that's what you guys are getting. And yeah, this is the look. I thank you guys so much for watching. I'll try to make sure I have every product tagged in the description. I'm gonna have some like to know it links, and I hope you guys like this look. I think one of my favorite parts is the lip, but it is kind of bright. But I think I like that. But I'm debating if I want to like put just a tinge of clear gloss on top of it, you know, just to give it a little bit of glossiness. I am thinking about that. Just like I said, just a tinge of clear gloss, just to like make the look a little less harsh. I feel like it's very harsh, but you know, I don't know. I'm probably gonna wind up just keeping it the way it is. Who knows? Because I don't even know where my little clear lip gloss is. It's somewhere, but who knows? So I don't know if I have the time to really look through everything and find my clear gloss. So I may just go with It Girl and call it a day and just reapply the lips. But otherwise, this is the look we're giving. Alien Superstar. Whip, whip. I'm too sexy for this girl. Too sexy for this world. That's what it's giving to me. Forever, I'm that girl. Ooh, baby, And it looks even prettier in person. I wish you guys could see this in person. But thank you guys for watching. It's your favorite pretty girl peeps. And subscribe, like, and comment.